Hi guys, it's me, Diana. I am back here today with I don't want to call it a crafting because there's no real crafting involved, but for me it's an organizational process that I go through. As I have said quite a few times, I will never use a full-size sheet of paper for one craft, being like a 12 by 12 or anything like that. I do break them down. I have a ton of different, I don't know what you want to call it, but I have a ton of different sizes that I use. The biggest size that I will use is a 3 by 3, but that again is usually for the base. So like this. So this here is a little bit under 3 by 3, so I'd say about 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 this way. So that's usually the biggest size I will use. So one piece of paper here at a 6 by 6 will give me about 7 different uses out of one sheet of paper. So I figured I would show you guys today how I cut them and organize them, and show you my process on how I get started. I have a ton of papers. I get them ready in advance so that when the mood hits and I know what I want to craft, I can just pull it out and craft it. These are the sizes that I do use. So there is nothing here that is bigger than a 3. But these are all the different sizes I have, and I have those stored away in a container to use as I need them. But as an example here, these again are the small little tiny ones that you think that you can't use anything with, and because I use miniature, I will use them. I have used them. And again, this is a different size, but again, they are all pre-cut and I can just pull them out as I need them. And again, yet a bigger size, which again is useful. And then I do keep the scraps. I don't throw them away. I will reuse them. Here is all the strips that come off the side. I throw them all in there. I can pull them out as I want. And then if I get to a point where it is way too small, then they will go in here. And these will go inside my paper tote, or not tote, but bucket. I have a old pretzel container that I put those little scraps in, and then those will all be made into my own homemade paper at some point. But let's go ahead and start cutting and see. Let me show you how I take one piece of paper and get 7 different uses out of it. At minimum 7 uses. Now if I have a 12 by 12 piece of paper, I'll double that, but this is how I usually go through it. So here we go. I will take one piece of paper here. This is a 6 by 6 piece of paper. By the way, I love that. That's super cute. Boo. And I will go to 2.5. Now, if I have a piece of cardstock that is just plain, like this white one. Oh, yeah, I don't want to drop them. I'm going to drop them. So just like a plain solid color, white or pink or whatever. If there's no design on it, I will use that as a base and use the one with the design as the top piece, the focal point. But this is how I do it. So I line it up to 2.5. 1, 2. So one 6 by 6 already has given me 3. I'm going to put this aside because I don't need that right now. But these 2 here, I will cut up into, again, 2.5. 2.5. And one more. So as you can see, that one sheet of paper has given me 4 and 3 pieces. And if I decide to cut that in half, and 8 pieces, but that's how I do it. So I'll take these 2.5 sizes and put them in my container, where I have, oh God, I hate showing you guys this just because it's crazy, but I'm going to show you just so you can see where I store them. And I know it sounds weird, but right now, with all the stuff that I'm going through with moving and everything like that, I have not had any inspiration to craft. So at this point, instead of just doing nothing, I'm just cutting and organizing. So here is my 2.5 size. I got a big, huge Sterilite container. Now these are all 2.5 by 2.5. See, I think it's beautiful because I can just pull out of here, and these ones were the Christmas and ice cream ones that I got the other day. So these work for me. And I can just throw that on top. And there you go. And this, I will never use these like this. This is too big. I would waste it, and I don't want to. But this I can use on top of a solid piece of paper like this. This is big. No, it's not. This one's the same size, but oh wait, it is a little bit bigger, but not much though. But yeah, so I'll use this as the base. I'll make the card out of the solid papers, and then the designs like this will go on top. And then I'll just throw this in here. And then this one here is for my 2.5 by 2.5. I do have another container just like this with different sizes. And I'm going to show that one to you as well, guys. Hold on. This one here is where I keep all the other ones. I have a little bit of, OCD. My mom always used to make fun of me or tease me about it. So these are the biggest sizes I have cut, but that's because I realized after I cut them that they're too big, and these are 4x4s. I will not use these as a 4x4. It's too big. So I will cut these down when I get to them, but these are the biggest size that I do have cut. But here are all my sentiment pieces. So they're in this little container here. So I can just pull them out. And again, I do prefer the clear look so that I can see what I'm looking for. And I mean, color is okay, but it's not what I prefer. Okay, so let's go ahead and take one of these out. And this one, since that is messing with me and not liking me. So the top of these containers have the size. See again, largest is 3 by 2.5. So I can just pull them out. They're not organized by color or design. They're organized for me by size. And, even the small pieces, like those are the edge pieces that don't fit. These are all, big, no bigger than 7/8. So if I just need an edge piece, I've got that. Oh boy, close. And they all fit inside here, Halloween stuff. If I want to pull out a Halloween thing, those are there. So this is how I organize my stuff. And, if this here is the one that I use. So if I need it, I'll just pull it out. And everything is nice and clean. So this is how I've been organizing things, is keeping them clean and organized in these containers, which works for me because then it's always clean and manageable, and if I need it, I'll pull it out. But that is how I do those. So again, I'm going to go ahead and cut these down, and I will see you guys in the next video. But I'm just going to cut these all down into the 2.5. You know what, let me show you what I do with these here. Most people would throw these away just because they're super small, but I'm not going to, so I'm just going to show you. I just cut these little pieces off here at the line. And I don't care too much about these pieces here because I will trim those as needed. But I cut those down there. Okay, that will go into strips or scraps. Here, let's start here at this end. Okay, these here I cut like this. And I will trim them up as I need to. They don't need to be perfect. For me, at least, they don't when they're in a scrap situation like this. But when I'm actually making a craft, it does bother me if they're not more even. But I will take those, you know, and people will usually say, well, they're little pieces of paper, just throw them away. But no, for me, they are usable pieces of paper because they're printed. The people who made the papers spent their time working on them. I paid for it, so I'm going to use it. Okay, guys, hold on. This is not lining up for me right now. And I'm just going to put, once these are cut, these thrown into my little scraps container. Because I have a couple scraps containers for actual scraps, not like the bases and stuff like that. So these ones here will go inside my container that has patterned paper. So I will try and go through these patterned papers first before I go through the other ones, unless I need something bigger. But these ones here are, you know, the end pieces that most people would have thrown away, but I don't. I won't throw them away. I will keep them and use them for something else. You know, sometimes I'll take them and I'll do something like this out of them. You know, maybe punch the edges there. Or maybe I will round the edges like I did here on these. You know, maybe I'll round them. Or maybe I won't round them at all and I'll just kind of keep them as they are, and then maybe do like diamonds. So for me, it's not important about color, organizing them by color. For me, it's about shape and size. So I have a ton of punches, and these are my teddy bear punches. So there is a ton of teddy bears in here of all different types of colors and sizes. And that's how I find that works for me. For those, these are the smallest. These are the smallest size squares I have. They are 1 inch, 1 inch by 1 inch. No, I'm lying. These are the smallest size I have. And I won't do these again. These ones were a pain, but these are 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I will not do that. That's a pain in the butt. But again, I do it by size and shape mostly. And then here again, I got my punches. I got a bunch of flower punches. So if I just feel like I don't want to cut it, I can just punch it, you know, and I have a whole bunch. So that's how I do my crafting. That's how I organize. And at this point, I'm just organizing. I'm doing a little bit of crafting here and there, but most of it is organizing at this point. And when I just feel the inspiration hit for me to actually craft, I will do it at that point. But for now, until then, so that I keep myself busy, I am just organizing. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.